This is Zeus. Welcome to now. This is the now that we've always been waiting for. You know, it's interesting. I was considering the stories. I just heard today that there's nothing greater than a good story. And it's true. What type of stories have we lived by? What type of stories have we been told? I mean, how much of it is real? How much of it is just an imaginative act of some way in order to get us to comply, with their wishes and demands? I don't know. But I do know this. As I've studied it out, I've seen in my own life, and this is for others to see and also determine for themselves, that my whole life was kind of like programming me to serve a particular venture, and that venture was for somebody else. First off, in school I was basically programmed to be a supporter of the alcohol industry, which is all the sporting events. Every one of the sporting events is backed up by alcohol, and it's all about competition. And what is competition? Competition, they told me back in the day, all is fair in love and war. And that's an interesting concept when you consider it, because, if we're all brothers and sisters, I would think to myself, there should be some other determination in order to create a lasting environment. I figure most of the things that haven't been exactly the way it was supposed to be was normally from a misguided manipulation by somebody else in whatever meaning of it. Otherwise, we're all on a trajectory of becoming a better version of self. And I don't know what I don't know. I can tell you that for sure. I don't even have a clue about most things. They tell us that we only can see 0.00013 of the light frequency that's out there, the bandwidth of light, and that is our visual reality. And it's 0.000135 of the known light spectrum scale. That means there's a whole bunch of stuff I can't see. In fact, I really only can see less than half a percentage, not even a half a percentage of something. That's pretty funny. And with that, there was times when I thought that I could say to you that I knew something, that I knew something, and I'm only seeing less than half a percentage of all reality. Outside of guessing, I would say, Kevin Trudeau would say that um, your manifestations will determine what should I say, your mental forecast is. And it's true, because the forecast of your outside reality is a vibrational response to the thinking I've been doing prior to. That is the determination of all things, because that is a vibrational harmony with my now. What you're surrounded with is your vibrational harmony. What do you really want? Truly, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such there's no law. And when you're living like that, people will tell you you're crazy, right? They'll say, you're nuts. What is wrong with you? I said that to my ex-wife. I said, you're good. I love you. What is it that I can do for you? And she said, you're crazy. I don't know you. And in that being, I was like, okay, blessings, you know. And I said that in the midst of, I feel, her trying to hurt me, right? When she took my kids away for 2 years, I was not well in my mind, but it gave me she's nothing but a blessing. It's kind of like ex-girlfriend of mine, Sherry. I mean, she showed me the love and then took it, and I was like, well, I had to deal with the pain of being alone. And that was okay, because it had to be, because life is that way for the moment. And it was all inside of me, and I realized it when I got to that point where I was no longer attributing my pain to others, because nobody can cause you any pain. It's only the thoughts that I think, as above, so below. The thoughts that I think in my head transfer to my heart through the vagus nerve, and the heart goes into instant vibration, which is interpreted by me as a feeling. And that feeling will guide how I feel. So, if I can control my thinking, I can control how I feel. And that is a beautiful thing, don't you think? Today is a great day to be alive, and with that being the case, I'd just like to thank everybody for who's come on here and enjoy the peace and serenity this world offers. It is the east behind me. The west is over here because the sun's there, right? So, let it be known that today is the day of my amazing good fortune, and it is yours too by choice of thought. By choice of thought. There's a great book, it's called The Magic of Believing by Carl Schwartz. I would highly suggest a read. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. Remember, Global Peace Project, money sign Global Peace Project, or just Global Peace Project on PayPal. Cash App is money sign Global Peace Project. I do appreciate all the support. When I decided I was going to go into art and talk to people to heal myself and also anybody else I might get an opportunity to, I thought to myself, I need to do something else because I want to make some money. And people came out of nowhere buying my stuff, paintings, and said, don't stop doing what you're doing because you are making a difference. And I didn't know who that was, but it seems like outside of me is God. And that was a confirmation to continue doing what I was doing. So I think you guys are amazing, and today is our day. 111 in line with the goodness of all that is. I mean, that's all you can do, is just be the highest version of yourself today. And when you accomplish that, guess what? Everything else just seems to work out. Does it mean I get everything? Well, everything I really want, when I'm thinking about it, because if I'm not angry at anybody and I'm just basically living life and loving and doing the very best I can, apparently it opens the door to manifestation at the highest level. And I just want to tell you guys, you can do it just like I can. And today is our day. And remember, if anybody'd like to donate to the Global Peace Project, we have some great things that we're in the process of doing. I do not wish to share about it anymore, because when I get to the point where nobody could stop it with thought, that's might be the time that I will share it. But today's not that day. I'm still working on it, and if you are interested, please contact me and we might be able to discuss some things. I don't know, might be a partner. We could have lots of partners in this, because it's going to take more than just me. But is it? I don't know. Just have to work on me. And I have no judgment on anybody else. I just have judgment on what I do and how I think. And when I'm okay with my judgment on how I think, It seems to work itself out. Just remember, today is the day. Remember, you can do, be, and have anything and everything you want.